That little charger you leave plugged in by your bed, the one you reach for every morning. You've probably never given it a second thought, but that small, warm block of plastic is quietly doing something you don't know about. Even when your phone isn't connected to it, it's constantly drawing power, generating heat, and silently costing you money. And in some cases, it's a disaster waiting to happen. The warmth you feel isn't just leftover energy. It's the first and only warning sign of a hidden process that's running in your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This hidden process has a name. Experts call it phantom load or vampire power. It's a triple threat, and most people only know about one part of it. They might have heard it wastes a little electricity, but they don't know that it also shortens the life of their expensive phone, and they certainly don't know it can create a serious fire risk in their own bedroom. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how this happens, and you'll have a simple, no-cost protocol that completely protects you, your home, and your wallet from all three dangers at once. So how does it work? See, inside every charger block is a tiny device called a transformer. Its job is to take the high-voltage AC power from your wall outlet and convert it into the low-voltage DC power your phone needs. But here's the thing. As long as that charger is plugged into the wall, that transformer is working. It doesn't matter if your phone is connected or not. It's always on, always converting electricity, and always drawing power. It's like leaving a car idling in the driveway all night, every night. It's a quiet, constant drain you never see. And that drain adds up. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, this kind of standby power can account for up to 10% of a household's annual electricity bill. For someone on a fixed income, that's not a small amount. It's real money that could be going toward groceries, medication, or savings, but instead it's just bleeding out of the wall 24 hours a day through a device you're not even using. It's a slow, silent tax on convenience, and millions of us are paying it without even realizing we've been charged for it. It's one of the simplest ways your home wastes money. But the money isn't the most serious part. It's the heat. That constant power conversion generates a steady, low-level heat. In a high-quality certified charger, this is managed with proper ventilation and safety components. But in the millions of cheap, uncertified replacement chargers sold online, those safety features are the first thing to go. The internal glue and plastics can't handle the sustained thermal stress. The capacitors and wiring degrade. This process, called component degradation, is what dramatically increases the risk of a short circuit, melting, or a full-blown electrical fire right next to your bed while you sleep. The obvious dangers are the fire and the wasted money. The hidden, more sophisticated threat is what it's doing to the expensive device you plug into it. It's a silent destruction called battery burnout. See, that 100% charge isn't a finish line. It's the starting gun for stressing your battery, shortening its life one night at a time. Margaret, a 72-year-old from Florida, was a very careful person. She loved her new smartphone, and for convenience, she left the charger plugged in by her bedside table. She'd lost the original one that came with the phone, so she did what most of us would do. She went online and bought a cheap replacement that had hundreds of good reviews. It seemed like a smart, frugal choice. For months, everything seemed fine. She'd plug her phone in at night, and it would be ready for her in the morning. It was a simple, easy routine. But one night, she woke up to a strange smell. It was the sharp, acrid scent of hot plastic. The cheap charger she'd bought had partially melted overnight, leaving a dark, ugly scorch mark on the antique wooden nightstand her mother had left her. The fire didn't spread, but the sentimental damage was done. And honestly, that wasn't even the worst of it. The real consequence came 2 months later, when she noticed her expensive smartphone could no longer hold a charge for more than a few hours. A phone that was practically new now felt old and worn out. She had to pay $299 for a new battery, a cost she hadn't planned for. The technician told her the battery was burned out, a direct result of being subjected to a high-stress, high-voltage state for hours on end, night after night. That nightly trickle charge from the cheap charger hadn't just been a fire risk. It had been slowly cooking her phone's battery, permanently destroying its ability to hold power. This happened to a smart, careful person, and it's a perfect example of how these hidden systems work. It feels like your fault, but it's not. It's by design. And Margaret's story is far from unique. The U.S. Fire Administration reports that over 2,000 residential fires each year are traced back to failures in electrical wiring or insulation. While not all of these are from phone chargers, officials say that fires originating from these devices are a rapidly growing problem, driven by the flood of cheap, uncertified electronics from overseas. It's a documented, measurable risk, and it's happening in homes just like yours. The scale of this is so much bigger than most people realize because it happens one small device at a time, quietly, in the background of our lives. The threat has also evolved. The real danger today is the hybrid threat, the combination of a cheap, uncertified charger and the habit of overnight charging. One poses a fire risk, the other quietly destroys your battery. Together, they create a system that not only puts your home at risk, but also guarantees that your expensive phone or tablet will have a much shorter lifespan. We're told our devices are smart, but the physics of heat and high voltage stress are unavoidable. The marketing makes us feel safe, but the reality is that leaving a device at 100% for hours is slowly killing it. It feels complex and a little overwhelming, doesn't it? A fire risk, wasted money, and a dying battery, all from one little plastic block. But here's the good news. The defense is incredibly simple. It's one single habit that costs nothing, takes about 2 seconds, and completely defeats all three of these threats at once. It protects your home, it protects your wallet, and it protects your phone. So what is the one single thing that you can do starting tonight that makes you safe from all of this? It's called the unplug before you sleep rule, and it is exactly what it sounds like. Before you go to bed, you physically unplug the charger block from the wall outlet. That's it. Mechanically, this works because it physically severs the connection to the power source. The transformer inside can no longer draw phantom power, so it stops wasting money. It can't generate constant heat, which completely eliminates the fire risk from component degradation, and it can't send a trickle charge to your phone, which prevents the high-stress state that causes battery burnout. It's one action that starves the entire system. Let's look at the contrast. The threat needs two things from you: a constant, uninterrupted flow of electricity and your polite, deeply ingrained habit of leaving it plugged in for convenience. That's the attack surface. The unplug before you sleep rule denies the system both of those things. A charger that isn't plugged into the wall cannot draw power, it cannot overheat, and it cannot keep sending a damaging trickle charge to a fully charged battery. The entire risk, from fire to financial waste to a destroyed battery, is neutralized in the single moment you pull the plug. It's that simple. So here is the full protocol. It's a simple 4-step defense plan. First, from now on, treat your charger like a toaster. You wouldn't leave your toaster running all day, would you? Of course not. A charger is also a small appliance. When it's not actively charging a device, unplug it from the wall. Second, for maximum safety and convenience, use the power strip shield. Plug all of your bedside electronics, your lamp, your alarm clock, your charger, into a single power strip with an on-off switch. Before bed, you just flip that one switch. It cuts all phantom power and eliminates any risk. Third, check for the mark of safety. Go look at your chargers right now. Never use one that doesn't have a tiny certification mark on it. You're looking for the letters UL in a circle, ETL, or CE. These marks mean the charger has been tested by an independent laboratory to meet safety standards. If your charger doesn't have one of these, you need to discard it. It is a fire hazard in waiting. Your replacement phrase is simple: no mark, no spark. And fourth, charge to 80%, not overnight. The healthiest range for a modern battery is between 20% and 80%. Try charging your phone during the day when you can unplug it before it sits at 100% for hours. I know what some of you might be thinking. It feels a little strange, maybe even obsessive, to unplug something so small and seemingly harmless. You might feel like it's an overreaction. But that feeling is exactly what this threat relies on. It relies on our sense of normalcy. It relies on our habit of politeness, of not wanting to make a fuss. But protecting your home isn't a fuss. Protecting your family from fire isn't an overreaction. And saving your hard-earned money isn't obsessive. Politeness is the attack surface. Choosing to protect yourself is the only sensible response. But what if you've been doing this for years? What if you're watching this and realizing you have a cheap, uncertified charger plugged in right now, and you've been charging your phone with it every night? The first thing I want you to do is let go of any sense of shame or regret. These devices are intentionally designed to seem harmless. The marketing around them is designed to make you feel secure. You did not fail. You were a target of a system that was built to exploit trust and our natural desire for convenience. Being a target of this doesn't mean you're careless or unintelligent. In fact, it means the opposite. It means you are exactly the kind of normal, trusting, and efficient person that these systems are designed to affect. You saw what looked like a simple, convenient solution, and you used it. The problem isn't you. The problem is that the hidden costs and dangers of that solution were never explained to you. You were never given the full story, so you couldn't make a fully informed choice. Now you can. So, if you think you might be at risk, here is your recovery plan for the next 24 hours. It's 3 simple steps. 1. Right now, go and inspect the primary chargers you use every day. Look for the UL, ETL, or CE mark. If any of them don't have it, stop using them immediately and discard them. 2. For the next week, make a conscious effort to charge your phone only during the day. Unplug it when it hits 80 or 90%. See how your battery performs. Does it last longer? And 3. If you really suspect your battery has been damaged, contact your phone's manufacturer or a certified repair shop and ask for a battery health check. It's a simple, low-cost diagnostic that will give you peace of mind. Now you have this knowledge. You understand the risk and you have the simple protocol to protect yourself completely. But think for a moment about the people in your life who don't. Who in your life answers every call without hesitating? Who leaves their charger plugged in by the bed year after year just for convenience? A parent, a grandparent, a child who is just heading off to college, or a friend who is always complaining about their phone battery dying? Picture them tonight going to sleep with that little block plugged in, completely unaware. Please, share this video with them. This isn't about supporting a channel, it's about a simple, quiet act of protection for someone you care about. You're not just sharing a video, you're giving them a tool that can save them money, protect their home from a real fire risk, and keep their expensive devices running longer. It's a conversation that can make a real difference in their safety and their security. It's a way to look out for them. A safe home is built one smart habit at a time.